Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue and I am back for another Real Housewives of Atlanta review, y'all. Okay, so last week Eva went into premature labor. Okay, so we didn't know what was going on, but we knew she didn't have the baby at that point in time. So we figured Dr. Jackie must have did some, witch doctor magic and kept the baby up there, for further baking. Okay, so right now Eva is supposed to be on bed rest, and y'all, she is killing some ice. Okay, like I was just like, oh my god, that made me want some ice, y'all. Down here we have snowballs and the ice is shaved, but it's like soft. I would go to the snowball stand just for the ice. Like I would be like, you ain't gotta give me no syrup, just give me the cup with the ice in it. And when you bite into it, because it's so soft but it's still kind of firm and crunchy, like it's just it's everything. So yeah, this fascination with ice, I understand. Mike is handling the kids while she's trying to get bed rest. And we will see as the episode goes on that she becomes more and more active. And I was just kind of like, oh, is this what they call bed rest? Okay, fine. I'm sure Dr. Jackie approved it. Cynthia and Mike are having a very uncomfortable conversation, okay? She's looking through the rough draft for the book or whatever, whatever version of the book that he had for her to read. She's reading some of the things that he's gone through in his life and some of the mistakes he's made. Now, last episode or the episode before, whichever one it was, with all of his 50-11 homegirls, they talked about how he basically cheated on all of his other relationships. So Cynthia is now at a place of, how do I know you not gonna cheat on me? Okay, so they're having this conversation and he says if he did cheat on her, if things did go wrong, it would all be on him. And I'm like, okay, so what does that mean? Like, what does that mean for me? Like, as a woman listening to him throughout this conversation, it just became more and more apparent to me that he was so uncomfortable with Cynthia holding him to task for his past. He didn't like that. But at the end of the day, the decisions that we make dictate our present and future. That is just the reality of the situation. No matter how much this generation will have you thinking that you can leave the past in the past, and people get, a lot of things people just do not get over. It's sad, they should, but they don't. Okay? And one of the things that Cynthia is having a hard time getting over is the fact that you don't have a good track record as it pertains to being faithful in relationships and marriages. Then, because he's so uncomfortable that they're still talking about this, he tries to flip it on Cynthia and says that, well, she's not perfect. And she's like, but I wouldn't cheat. Like, I don't cheat. That's not something I've ever had to deal with. I don't cheat. And he was like, well, you haven't shown any signs that you would cheat, but that doesn't mean that you won't. And Cynthia is like, oh no, I don't cheat. We don't have to worry about that, honey. I just said it. Don't try to flip it, okay? I'm not gonna cheat. And that's when he was like, oh, well, you're judging me and you must think you're better than me. But it's like, it's not even that. That's not Cynthia's cross to bear. Cynthia might have other issues in a relationship, like running, passive aggressiveness, things of that nature. But Cynthia's issue with him is that not only is he flipping it on her, but they can't have a healthy argument. Like, he always wants to run away. And Cynthia wants to stay and fight it out and communicate because she's a woman and she's good at communicating, okay? For the most part. I think Cynthia is handling her feelings in this situation very well. I don't know how much of it is actually taking place, but at this point, I think it's something that's in the back of her mind bothering her until he can say something that lulls that bother. Until he can lull this insecure feeling she's having, she's going to keep having questions until he can answer them. And he's really not answering any questions. He's not saying, I'm past that point in my life. He's not saying that I'm sure I don't want that in a relationship. I don't want to ruin it. I've been through that. Like, he's not saying any of that. He's just basically saying, if I mess up, I messed up. My bad. You know what I mean? And then saying that she's not perfect, so she might cheat on him as well. No. Don't try to make yourself feel better by throwing Cynthia in the mud with you when this is not about Cynthia. This is about you, Mike. Okay? So, yeah, he's kind of an asshole a little bit, throughout this conversation, this argument, this disagreement that they're having. But, most guys worth being with are assholes for some reason. Cynthia suggested they go to therapy. They go to a marriage counselor. They work on these issues before they jump the broom, which I think is a grown-up woman's suggestion. Mike seems to, be apprehensive, and I don't know why. You need to talk to somebody to figure out why you such a hoe. Like, come on now. And we're going to look at the young women out here who are spreading it wide and thin and say daddy issues or, abandonment issues, period. I think we need to look at Mike's history and figure out why he's serving up the beefcake like it's going out of style. Make me understand. Later, when Mike leaves and goes back to California, he and Cynthia face chat. And they decide to actually go forth and make the appointment for the marriage counseling. So hopefully they will be able to work on some of these issues. They're a beautiful couple. We're happy for Cint. And we just want it to work out. But we're definitely seeing the need, not only for him to express himself in his life and look back on everything and reflect through a book. We also need you to try to fix what you've now reflected upon in said book by going to therapy with your old lady to make sure that you don't make those same mistakes, because then you'll just be adding some of the same shit to an old book. We need a new chapter. Y'all, Candy is tearing this pastry up. Okay, bitch made me hungry watching her eat it. Oh Lord. Okay, now she texting back and forth with the ladies about Kenya and Candy's kickball event. All right, I'm not really sure why, it was a joint event that we did. Was there a reason behind it? Was there a cause? I'm sure there was a cause. I just wasn't paying attention. Candy video chats Kenya, and Kenya is with her cousin, I believe, and, they're getting ready, and they discuss how Nene was not invited to the kickball game. Candy says, I extended the invitation to everybody, okay? But Kenya was only at Nene's party for 7 minutes. So now Nene doesn't want to come to our party because it's also Kenya's party. I just, y'all a mess. This is all so childish. Get this money, get this bag. Why are you not showing up to tape? Get this bag. I'm just saying, I know everybody's acting like they have enough of a bag, but you're already on the show. I don't care if you didn't invite me, bitch. I'm showing up anyway. Okay, you know why? Because there's a bag to be had. I'm just saying, on some level, it will probably create even more drama if people started to show up to parties and events they weren't invited to. And some of these events, especially ones dealing with Mark Daly, okay, there will not be a scene made. So you can show up and it'll be a high moment of contention, but nobody will actually get kicked out of the party. And I'm here for that. I think that's how these things should work. Kenya doesn't want Nene to come to the kickball event because she don't like her, okay? I don't like her. She doesn't like me. I just don't want to be, around her. Especially now that Kenya's playing a victim and acting like when they were in Toronto, Nene tried to beat her up or tried to fight her. And it's like, oh girl, y'all were matching energy, okay? Y'all were matching energy. Nene talks to Greg about how weird her little brunch was, and she felt like it really didn't do what she wanted it to do. And I'm like, because there was really no reasoning or rhyme behind it, Nene. It wasn't much thought. It was, let me invite all of these girls with a shady invitation and see who shows up and what pops off when they show up. And I'm going to get there late. That way, everybody who I really don't like will have left by then. Okay, it's a trick. We know. However, Nene was happy that Portia came and stayed till the end. She said that Kenya came and went, and she had reached out to that girl plenty of times, so she don't know why Kenya won't accept the olive branch that she's extended. And I'm like, girl, when? I'm sorry, when did that happen? I don't know. Every time I see Kenya and Nene in the same room, they don't like each other, or they're getting along just for the sake of not being nasty and messing up the energy of the group. It's never like they're actually getting along. It's not ever like they like each other. I mean, I felt more that Kenya liked Nene than Nene liked Kenya. I've always felt like Kenya felt slighted by Nene. I felt like Kenya tried over and over again to be friends with Nene, and probably, Nene was the only person that she didn't come for as strongly as she did the other girls. And yet, NeNe didn't have no time for her. Like, just didn't care for her, would pretend like they were cool, and then get to an event, and then she act like she don't know why Kenya talking to her. Like, I remember this happening. So for me, my recollection is that at this point, Kenya is just over even trying to have a relationship with NeNe, because it's the same thing over and over again. They'll pretend like they're cool. Kenya will think they're cool. They'll see each other at another event, and NeNe will act as if, why is this girl talking to me? Like, someone get her away from me, call security. Like, she's done that to that girl before. So I understand why Kenya doesn't see it for NeNe, and I understand why Kenya doesn't want to invite her to things. But what you don't do is extend the invitation to somebody's husband and then don't invite the wife. That just don't go like that. It shouldn't. But we'll get to that. Greg says he communicates with Mark all the time. Okay, that's his boy. So he doesn't really understand why, from Mark's standpoint, they're both being invited. But from Kenya's standpoint, she's posting and only inviting Greg. Greg says they should go anyway since Mark invited them both. But NeNe, she don't really know how she feel. She says maybe they'll stay for 7 minutes. I say, girl, you should. Show up late, stay for 7 minutes, and then leave. You with Greg, it's okay. Yeah, girl, Greg getting tired, so I guess we gotta go. Girl, you better use your husband. So y'all, they had the kickball event, which I actually was kind of excited to watch because I used to love kickball, y'all. So serious. I loved kickball, dodgeball, and tetherball. Those were my games right there. Okay, anytime that we was going to take up the whole parking lot, because we played in the parking lot at St. John Lutheran. So whenever we was going, the upper grades, whenever we was going, take up the whole parking lot for a kickball game, oh man. Oh Lord, we used to have so much fun. Anyway, y'all, middle school days. Eva can't play, but she didn't got her bed rest pregnant, almost had this baby too soon ass off her sofa to come out here for the dodgeball game. Okay, Eva's brought a friend, Miss Barbie. I said, oh, Barbie, okay, hi. She's just gonna be a little cute silent friend to the show. We ain't gonna get much out of her. She just came to play ball. Marlo and her friend got there late. Okay, Portia came with Shamia and Cynthia came with Mal. Okay, so all the girls are there. Everyone's in their athletic gear, okay? Portia's jiggling everywhere. All right, it's a good time. And now it's time to pick teams. So first, Kenya picks her cousin Shay and Mal. Then Candy picks Cynthia and Shamia. And then Kenya picks Eva's friend Barbie. And then Candy kind of gets saddled with Portia. But then Marlo and another friend come through, and Marlo ends up getting chosen for Kenya's team, while her friend gets chosen for Candy's team, okay, just by default. Y'all, I did not expect for this to go this way, but once it went this way, I don't know why I expected anything different. First of all, Eva's commentary was hilarious to me, okay? The fact that Candy and her little thickums team only had 3 points, okay, and it was the first team to 10 wins, and they only had 3 points by the time Kenya and Marlo and them got to 10. It was a sweep. Yes, it was. After they finished playing, Kenya and Candy announced to the girls that they are inviting them on a trip to Athens, Greece. Yes, y'all, Athens, Greece, not Athens, Georgia. Of course, Eva's pregnant self cannot go, all right, unfortunate. And Kenya doesn't want to invite NeNe, but Candy is extending the invitation. That's what this whole episode is about, inviting and not inviting people to shit. And I'm exhausted with it. Child, at this point, I can't even remember who we trying to invite people to. So Kenya and Mark, you guys, we get to see a little bit more uncomfortable, weird, toxic interactions between Mark and Kenya. Okay, first of all, as a family, they really are the cutest little thing. The baby. The baby looks like Kenya and Mark. The baby is so precious. The baby's so happy. Okay, they put the baby in the water to go swimming, and when they dunk the baby under the water, the baby's like, okay, the baby loved it. Okay, the baby loved swimming in the water. I could not take it. Okay, it was so cute. Then they discussed the couple's bowling night. So Mark and Kenya are throwing a couple's bowling night. This is the event that NeNe was not invited to, but Greg was invited to. Or was it the other event that Mark is having, the charity event, the event for the cause, for the young black men? I forgot what it's called. But either way, Mark wants everybody to come. The bowling night is so that he can meet all of the other couples. Kenya invites everybody under the guise that it's only for couples. And then she gets up there and only invites Greg, okay? And doesn't invite Nene. Okay, I thought it was about couples, sis, okay? Because when it came down to why Tanya wasn't there, Paul was out of town. And Kenya emphasized that it was a couples event. So Tanya felt that, I guess you're saying that if Paul is not coming, then I'm not welcome. So they're not coming. And then, of course, we believe that Nene and Greg are not coming because Nene wasn't invited. So, but at the pool, okay, once Mark is finished making a joke about Kenya drowning, okay, leaving her in the pool and her never getting out, I don't know how I feel about somebody's passive-aggressive jokes about my death. Like, you're going to act like it's a joke, but you really don't like her. And I don't like Kenya that much either, Mark. And I can't imagine what it's like to be with her on a daily basis with the bullshit. But what I am going to say is, I really wish that you would divorce her instead of joking about her drowning in a pool. Like, I really would just rather you let the lady go. I mean, Lord have mercy. But yes, Mark wants everyone at the event because it's a good cause, okay? Even though Kenya doesn't want Nene there. She tried to fight me. Oh, she tried to fight you? Yes, okay? They had to hold her back. Okay, Kenya, just because they got to hold somebody back don't mean they're trying to whoop your ass. I was just like, Mark do not like Kenya. I mean, he never takes her side. I couldn't be in a relationship with somebody like that. Like, in all honesty, I don't think a person like Mark, if he was reacting, I'm not Kenya, so maybe I wouldn't get that reaction. But I'm just saying, if I was with someone that always felt the need to buck for the opposite person or for whoever else or just to... no, okay? Trust me, me and Lyric have had these moments. We've had moments and I've had to get it in his head that I don't care about the other person's point of view. I'm not stupid. I know their point of view. They still wrong. You're on my side, okay? You know what I mean? Of course, this is like family member stuff, not, random people stuff. But I just personally feel like the fact that Mark doesn't have her back, not even in the slightest, it's just tough to watch. Real tough to watch. So they go to the bowling alley, okay, and Kenya's all excited because the kid is with the babysitter and they might be able to sneak in and get in some sexy time. And I'm like, make this as uncomfortable and lame as you possibly can, dailies. Oh, we enjoy it. And she's like, he's more so like, give me sex, woman. Turn around, shut up. And then he's like, he made some joke like, yeah, or something he said, but it was just kind of like, I really don't want to have sex with you, Kenya. I was just like, this is terrible. Oh, it's terrible. So Portia and Dennis arrive first, and then Eva and Cynthia, okay, who are not coupled up. Portia mentions how Tanya wasn't invited because Paul couldn't come. And Mark is like, no. I told her to invite everyone. Everyone could have come. It didn't have to just be couples. And this is when we realize that Mark is going to continue to roll over Kenya with a bus throughout the night. Portia says, no, okay, Dennis would never, all right? Dennis is gang, okay? So if I don't like her, then we don't like her. He ain't even got no why. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. So they start to play, all right? They're bowling. And Candy asks Mark, so who did y'all really invite to the event? Mark says, I told Kenya to invite everyone, okay? Everyone. And Candy was like, what about Nene and Greg? And Mark was like, no, I invited Greg. I told him that they were more than welcome, okay? The ladies are discussing how Kenya is so scared of daddy over there. But look at it. She didn't want to say nothing. Look at it. Y'all, it was so funny to watch them see Ken. Okay? See, Ken is what Mark calls Kenya when she's getting out of line. Ken, rein it in, Ken. Ken, calm down, Ken. I was like, somebody get it together, Jesus, because I swear to God, she be doing too much. Portia tells Kenya that Tanya and Paul should have been invited to the charity event, okay? What happened was unfortunate, Kenya. And Kenya was like, it was unfortunate. She was like, yes. You calling my friend a cunt was very unfortunate. I said, I know that's right. I'm sorry, but yes, it was. Mark interrupts all of this, okay? Shuts all this down to let everybody know that this event that he's holding, that he, invited everyone to, this is the precursor to that, and he wants all of the men to talk to the youth of Atlanta, which makes Kenya feel like Mark is making an investment in Atlanta and, their life there. So that makes her feel better. I don't know why. I'm just saying there's so many other things for you not to feel good about. Y'all ain't getting along whether y'all together or not. Mark says that Greg is coming. Candy says, well, I think that Kenya should invite Nene since y'all are gonna invite Greg. Kenya does not want to be bothered. She really doesn't, okay? And she's trying to give a little pushback on this, but Mark can rein it in. And Portia says, I thought we were putting that aside, okay? It's supposed to be a cause. I thought we were putting that aside. I said, I thought we was putting that aside too, girl. Kenya says Mark can invite Nene if he wants to. And Mark says, Ken, let's rein it in, Ken. I'm telling y'all, I kept rewinding it because I was like, is he saying Kenya or Ken? And then, I looked at the subtitles and then I got on Twitter and it was Ken. And I was just like, oh, I am done. Okay, cut it. Okay, your name is way too long. He had to cut it. Portia says, oh, he's going to rein it in when they get home. Y'all, Portia's commentary throughout this entire scene was hilarious. And I'm surprised that Kenya didn't get more agitated with Portia. Because Portia was like, oh, look at her. Oh, Ken is quiet. Ken is quiet. Rein it in, Mark. Rein it in. Then Nene and Greg come walking in, okay? And Nene does come in on some fake shit. Hey, girl, look at you with your titties out. Hey, girl. And it was just like, oh, don't do that. And Kenya was so not in the mood for that. She was like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Not now. It's fine. Like, that's all she kept saying. You could tell that she was really not in the mood for Nene at all. And Nene is like, I mean, do we have a problem? I hope we don't have a problem, girl, because I just want to let you know that I don't have a problem with you. Okay? And Kenya was, it's fine. It's fine. We'll talk about it later. It's fine. Like, I'm not going to do this in front of Mark. Okay? Because I'm Ken right now and I'm reining it in. Mark talks to Greg and Greg was like, look, I want to come to the event, but I can't come somewhere my wife isn't welcome. I said, yes, Greg. Okay. And Mark says, I don't want to separate couples. Both of y'all are invited. And Ken is in agreement with that. Aren't you, Ken? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Just keep smiling and shaking your head, Ken. Blink once if you need help. Blink twice. If you need some help, bitch, let us know. At the end of it all, I heard Kenya say to Mark, you got everything you wanted. And he's like, I got what we wanted. We're a team. I said, are y'all? It don't feel that way. The irony of that being the last thing I heard on this episode. Like, y'all are not a team. Like, what are you talking about? Like, boy, bye. Anyway, y'all, that was Real Housewives of Atlanta. It wasn't much, but I was entertained nonetheless. I mean, I was drunk, so, more reasons why I was entertained than not. But either way, I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Share this video with your peoples, okay? # Real Housewives of Atlanta, RHOA. I'll see y'all in the next one.